President Byrne?
No, it's right on the money, man.
President Byrne?
Here.
Trustee Cook?
Here.
Trustee Oppenheim? Trustee Takaoka?
Here.
Trustee Hibda? Trustee Schultz? Trustee Marquardt?
Here.
We have a quorum present. Will everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are there any citizens that wish to address the board tonight?
Thank you.
Okay. No one? All right. First item is, we're going to well, John's got this, fiscal year budget 18 and 19.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just real quick, each of you has received a copy of the proposed fiscal year 18-19 budget. The budget itself will be posted on our website on Friday, and so it'll be available to the public for review, questions, comments, and the like. If people have questions, feel free to reach out to myself or Finance Director Nikki Larson. Be happy to spend some time talking with folks if they'd like. As you'll see in the budget, the village is facing some challenges that are going to require a combination of some new revenue and reductions in spending. Our goal for this year, within the proposed budget, is to maintain our current service levels while also evaluating ways to provide financially sustainable solutions to meet our long-term obligations. Staff looks forward to reviewing the proposed departmental budgets with you starting at the regular meeting on March 6th. And then, as I said, if you have questions prior to that, Nikki and I are available to answer questions via phone or meeting in person, whatever would help you. Additionally, I'd like to request that we also schedule a special committee of the whole meeting on Tuesday, March 13th, that would focus solely on the budget review. By using the 13th, it would allow us to finalize our discussions on the budget and conclude them, we believe, at the regular meeting, which would be on, the following week on Wednesday, March 21st. My hope is everybody's available for that. I think Cindy and Jim are both available, although they're not here tonight. I've talked with them both, and they are both available. So, and that's all I have, Your Honor, unless you have questions.
Okay. Chief of Police, Priest, proposed overnight parking permit policy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. If you may recall, on December 12th board meeting, some residents made a request of the village board to consider unique parking permission that exceeded what the police department presently allows for with our practices. This is for overnight parking in unique situations where temporarily the number of vehicles exceeds the allowable parking spaces for those for available to that single family residence. We pointed out at that time that we have a similar program in the multifamily, some areas of multifamily housing in the community. At that time, we got some guidance from the board to draft some parameters of what we thought we could administer without too much burden on the police department. As a result, the police department staff has put together a proposal for consideration that would allow for restricted overnight parking throughout periods of the year. Again, it would require that residents use all of their available parking spaces on their driveway and garage. This would apply to only non-commercial vehicles and would not allow for boats, snowmobiles, or other type of those trailers to be parked there. It would also, current on-street parking restrictions would still remain in place. So, for instance, someone couldn't park on a street that doesn't allow for parking for safe movement of traffic. They couldn't park in front of a fire hydrant or too close to an intersection. In talking with what we thought the needs were based on some of the requests, we thought that we could administer different types of permits to allow for a 30-day, a 60-day, or a 100-day period the longest period allowing for a couple college students home for summertime, although the permits would still be issued only to a specific vehicle, the max of 1 or 2 vehicles for a household, the permits would be issued to that particular vehicle. It's important to point out that we think, and I think a trustee recommended that there be a substantial fee for this. We don't want this to balloon into or get abused. We don't want this to be a matter of convenience. We want this to solve a problem for someone that truly has a necessity that can't be resolved other ways. So we would recommend that for the 30-day permit, a $50 fee be implemented. For the 60-day period, a $75 fee be implemented. And for the 100-day period, a 100-day fee be implemented. And again, keep in mind that not only do we have to administer the program, but we send a CSO to the residents to make sure that the spaces available are properly being utilized. We provide a permit, and we put this in our system so officers can, luckily we have a relatively new computerized system allowing officers to determine that the vehicle has been issued a permit. Obviously, snow emergencies or other restrictions would still be in force, and the vehicles could not be parked there. The online the applications could be available online or in person, but they would have to come to the police department to actually make the payment and pick up a laminated permit that would be required to be posted on a dash there so that neighbors would know that that vehicle's been authorized to park there. It's also, I think, important that we would restrict no more than a 24-hour period. We don't want someone purchasing a kit car or a secondary, fun car and just leaving it on our street. So this truly is for that overnight parking exception where there's no other allowance. So, and lastly, if the board was so inclined, we would recommend that we establish this, we draft an ordinance allowing for this fee structure, and we establish this practice for a period of 1 year. It would automatically expire March 30th of 2019 unless extended, with the idea that we would report back to the board about the 12-month mark, maybe next January, let you know what the experience has been, how many permits have we issued, what challenges have arisen, have there been any complaints, and then the board can consider pushing it forward further than that. So with that, I'll take any questions that anyone may have.
Any questions from the board on this? If not, is this on the omnibus or no?
No, this is the draft.
Oh, okay.
We're just asking for direction, and we could draft a ordinance for next board meeting, Mr. Mayor?
That's fine with me.
Okay, thank you.
No, if you're comfortable,
we
it
want
sounds
a
like, yeah, if it sounds like something you think would work, let's give it a try.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we need a motion to direct staff to draft the ordinance.
So made.
With the
Second.
recommended language from the chief.
Yep.
Motion is second. Any comments or questions? If none, roll call.
Trustee Oppenheim?
Aye.
Trustee Takaoka?
Aye.
Trustee Hebda? Trustee Schultz? Trustee Markwart?
Aye.
Trustee Cook?
Aye.
President Byrne?
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, next is the omnibus vote agenda. Is there a motion to approve items A through T?
So made.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any comments or questions? If not, roll call.
Trustee Takaoka?
Aye.
Trustee Hebda? Trustee Schultz? Trustee Markwart?
Aye.
Trustee Cook?
Aye.
Trustee Oppenheim?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, unfinished additional business, I don't see any. New business communications. If none, is there a motion to adjourn the village board meeting? There is no committee to hold meeting scheduled, or closed session, so is there a motion?
So made.
Second.
Motion and a second, roll call.
Trustee Schultz? Trustee Markwart?
Aye.
Trustee Cook?
Aye.
Trustee Oppenheim?
Aye.
Trustee Takaoka?
Aye.
Trustee Hebda?
Motion carries. Thank you. Good night. This is the record. 10 minutes. This is the new record. Never before 10 minutes.